Yeah. 75th out here in the ATL. DC's in the building. Keep on Howard DC. I got returning guests. My boy, Rey Angel back in the building. How you doing, Ray?
Yes, sir, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be out of Ohio and back in the ATL, man. It's good to be
I'm
back.
saying, first thing we always got to ask you, how was the ride? Ohio to ATL is
Man,
straight down.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, honestly. You know, we left at a weird time, so that was weird. But other than that, you know, the drive was smooth because we left later. We didn't get to deal with traffic or none of that, so it really didn't get too bad until we got into Atlanta. Because we knew we were in Atlanta as soon as the traffic got crazy.
Absolutely,
I can tell you that.
So you must have hit Atlanta about noon-ish?
Honestly, I don't know.
Like probably 1.
Noon,
Yeah,
1.
just
So you were
about.
coming out of supper, coming into Atlanta, people trying to get out.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
crazy. Crazy. How's y'all's weather in Ohio right now? Because we got we're coming off a heat wave.
Really? It's like
It was cold, but this week was really hot.
Ohio is just weird, honestly, because I feel like some days it's hot, some days it's cool, some days it's like summer. The other days we're like, damn, summer's over. It's already like fall. You know what I mean? So Ohio's just weird when it comes to like its seasons.
So you get all 4 seasons at any time of the year. It doesn't matter what time.
Honestly, yeah, for real.
Honestly.
August, like honestly, anyone from Ohio listening right now, they know that like around the fall, they basically experience every other season.
Facts.
They definitely do, because like it like could snow on like Thanksgiving or something like that, but it could also be like super
really
sunny the
hot.
next day.
Right.
So it's weird, man.
Facts. Let's tell everybody who they're talking to. Tell everybody who you are, your hashtags and everything like that, where they can find your music.
Yes, sir, man. Rey Angel, Rey.Angel _ on Instagram. My music's out on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, LimeWire, you name it, I'm on there.
And who is this lovely young lady you brought with you today?
Introduce yourself, baby.
My name's Mariah.
We
I don't know. I'm your girlfriend.
call her Murrah.
Murrah. Yeah, he does call me Murrah.
Murrah. And why? Why is Murrah?
Honestly, I don't know.
It's
She
cool.
said that it's like someone just gave her that random nickname, and she was, I don't know, it just rolls off the tongue. I don't know. She told me it, and it just never let it go.
All right. Have you put it in lyrics yet?
Honestly, no. I do.
I know how you
I will
would.
say I do
Yeah.
have a beat that's named Murrah.
All right.
Like just judging by the tone of the song, you
All
know,
right.
gives you an idea what it was about. But I honestly like kind of forgot about the beat until now. So
There you go. See that? So you are in the future, Murrah.
Murrah.
I want to talk about this first song we're about to play here, Home.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the song. When was it made? How'd you do it? Are you beat first, lyrics first? What are you?
So you already know how I am. I'm always beats first. Honestly, I made this beat a long time ago. Well, not really a long time ago. I went to Rolling Loud Miami last year, and a bunch of bullshit happened. Long story short,
Miami.
Exactly.
It is. It's Miami.
It's Miami, and especially during Rolling Loud, man. If you know, you know. But long story short, I just didn't want to go home, honestly. So I just remember sitting in the car. I had the different guitar loops pulled up. I had the loop of that guitar playing, and it's the first thing I thought was like, I don't want to go home. I thought of the hook, because you know the guitar goes like that. So I'm singing like, I don't want to go home, because I was not trying to go home. But Miami compared to Ohio, I was just saying how Ohio was just weird, man. So being out of there is just, you don't want to go back.
And how long did you stay? I know you didn't want to go. Did you go on time, or did you stay a little longer?
I just stayed that weekend. I didn't really go too much longer. Everything worked out for me in the end. You know, I had to, pull some strings, make things happen. Shout out to the people in my life, you know what I'm saying, to help me out when I'm, going through some shit. But yeah.
Thanks. All right, introduce your song, Home.
Yeah, I'm Rey Angel. I'm with DC on Bfam 109.6, and this is Home. I don't know.
What's going on here? That's all the song you sent. Well, let's try that again. Hold on a second here.
I hope not.
We're having a little technical difficulty. We're going to refresh. We are going to refresh and see what happened there. That's extreme. Yeah. That's Rey Angel here. Bfam 109.6. Fire up in there. I'm just saying, where do you get that energy when you're in your song? Like you're in a chair and you got too much energy.
Yeah, honestly, that's the ADHD right there. Honestly, I just naturally have so much energy.
Right. Does it help? Does the music help with the ADHD?
Honestly,
you let a lot of energy out in your music, correct?
I definitely do. Honestly,
Yeah.
I will say that after I'm done making music, sometimes I'm like mentally like, whew, like
Yeah, you're straight, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like I bet like when you come off stage, because I've seen you on stage.
Honestly, it depends on it really depends on like I guess like how the performance goes and like. I know I always be like hella thirsty afterwards. So I know like my most recent performance, I tried to make sure I was more hydrated throughout, so I sounded better. But honestly, typically, I feel like after a performance, I low-key get like a rush. Like it's just I don't know, this just crazy feeling of just being on stage, performing in front of people. It's like a high.
Yeah,
almost.
Absolutely.
It's like a high, honestly.
Yeah.
So I feel like I get definitely a lot more energized afterwards. You know, after a little bit, I definitely calm down. But as soon as I get off the stage, you can ask her. I'm like amped up. I'm like shaking her. I'm like, ah.
Okay, so you come off stage. What's your favorite thing to do while you're at that level? Because that's a good level. It's not a bad level.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing to do at that level?
When I get off stage?
Yeah, like you're done. Your set's done. You're not going back on.
Honestly,
like what do you do during that time of your euphoria?
Honestly,
you rock the house, man.
This might sound like lame, but 9 times out of 10, like we just be going home for real.
That's it. That's your compass.
Yeah, honestly, I just go there, I do my thing, I rock out. Sometimes we'll stay and hang out for a little bit, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, we go home.
Back to the house.
Yeah, we go home, we go to sleep, and I'm kind of ready to do the next thing. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You ever try to channel the energy back into the studio afterwards?
Oh yeah. For sure.
See, I can see you doing that. Like if you come off a stage and you're like, you nailed it.
Yeah.
I want to get in the studio.
Yeah, honestly.
I want to see what I got.
Yeah.
Just throw something at me. I don't even just throw something new at me. Let me see what I just throw something. And try to channel that that top energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. On your trip down here.
Okay.
What was your favorite place to eat on the way down?
On the way down, honestly,
you passed a lot of food, and usually it's crazy things you stop at.
Honestly, we didn't make too many stops.
That's cool.
Like for real,
that's really cool.
But we stopped at what's it called, Buc-ee's?
You did stop at Buc-ee's. I was gonna say, did you get to a Buc-ee's?
Yes.
Is that ridiculous with size?
It's honestly like at first, like she was telling me about it. I'm like, what the hell is the hype about? Like it's a giant gas station, no cool.
You know what it is?
But
women think it's a supermarket. It's not a gas station anymore. Okay. Fact. Tell us, talk to us. You love Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's loves us too. So
that's because my aunt lives in Alabama, so
they're
I've gone
everywhere
with my family. Yeah. So like when we came to Atlanta the last time when we were driving home, I was like you've never been. Like we have to go to one. Like everyone has to go at least once.
Absolutely. Would you eat out of Buc-ee's?
Today?
We had breakfast because we pulled up earlier. It was just like I got like a biscuit egg sandwich. That was pretty good.
That biscuit's on fire, boy. They can make some
and then I got a brisket burrito. That was pretty good.
What?
Yeah, it was basically just brisket, eggs, and a tortilla.
I'm just saying that you can't eat everything that's there. I've been to Buc-ee's probably 100 times. I haven't eaten everything. There's just too much. There's just too much to eat, man.
Yeah, they do have a lot.
Yeah, facts. What'd you have?
Pretty fire.
It was called the hippo burrito. It had like potatoes, eggs, cheese.
Oh my god, that sounds so
like
good.
So much stuff. It was so good.
Yeah. What was the sauce on it? Was there a sauce?
It said green sauce. It says green sauce, but it was like a. It was
probably
like
a verde. Probably green salsa verde.
Yeah,
that sounds so good. So good. When you're on stage, do you engage with certain people in the crowd, or do you kind of stay in your own world?
Honestly, I know the last couple performances I tried to experiment with like engaging in the crowd, and honestly, I felt like both times, maybe it's because we didn't execute it the best, but I feel like the crowd didn't really react to it. Unfortunately, I know we threw a party at her mom's house, and we had a bunch of people perform, had a bunch of people there. It was lit. But during my performance, I brought out a piñata, and it was filled with shots. And I basically, I thought it was cool. Yeah, I thought it was fucking rad. I feel like if I go to any party,
I'm in all the way.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I brought out the piñata. We got the stick. I was like, we got some shit in here. Who wants to volunteer to open it? And like at first, no one said anything, and one dude finally got up. He did it, and then no one even really reacted. Like I got it all on video because I know.
You were at the wrong party.
Yeah,
nothing against the people at that party. It's just the wrong outfit.
Well, I know I did another performance. This was just last month. It was in Chicago. It was a house party over there, and it was even more disappointing because last time I did a performance with them, they were like super lit and they showed like so much love for me. But I was thinking, let me pull out the piñata for them, and they would really appreciate it, and they kind of had the same reaction. Like
maybe the piñata's not there. I don't know. I'm digging it.
I thought it was.
You have a piñata and there's shots coming out of it, like alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's not cool about that?
That's what I'm saying. You're at a party, it's free shots. Like, what is not lit about that? It's a piñata, especially because I feel like how often do you even see something like that either? So I feel like.
I mean, it's unique.
That's what
I just don't understand why it didn't grasp.
That I don't know.
Maybe it's the way we.
How did you even get shots in a piñata? Now I'm thinking like I have parties.
Like the individual.
It was
like those
yeah, it was
tubes,
the mini shot.
The tubes.
Yeah, it was the mini shots.
Because they're in plastic, so when they hit the grass, they're not going to break. Okay, all right. I'm going to run that for you. I'll make sure to tag you. I'll run that at something we're doing. You know, why can't you just here in Ohio?
It must be.
I don't understand why that doesn't work.
I don't know. And the idea sounds good.
How different were the crowds that you did that with? Because I know one was family.
One of them was more friends.
Family can be really, really critique. Just so you know, family's honest. They didn't dig it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The crowd difference was, I know that with the Chicago performance, there was definitely people who are more of a fan of my music. Okay. For sure. And they were definitely more there for me and performing. Rather than I think the first performance, they probably just wanted to support me so they can.
You think the piñata has too much Spanish roots to it, a tie to it, and your music has absolutely very little Spanish roots to it? Honestly,
I think they're just lame.
I'm with you. I don't understand. I'm trying to find any reason at all why that wouldn't work.
I know, my music is not super deep and all, but I feel like I definitely just try to have it to vibe out and just kind of to have fun.
You're all about vibes.
It's supposed to be, vibe out and just have fun. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it may not be super Mexican, but
it's definitely not.
It's supposed to be fun.
I don't feel a Mexican. I don't feel a Mexican flair to it whatsoever. I feel like, have you had comparisons like a Sublime?
Sublime specifically, no.
Yeah, Sublime, Red Hot Chili Peppers, those old 90s bands, just your energy on stage is just ridiculous. But are you telling stories? Half stories. You're more about a vibe.
For sure.
You're way more about the music and the energy that you're pushing out.
100%.
Like you said, the song Home we just listened to, it's just because you wanted to go home. You didn't want to go home. It's not a long story. It has a story to it, but you're not preaching a story. You just want to go home. I don't want to go home. This vibe down here is so freaking cool. And, people that are partying places, they understand that. I never want to go home when I'm at a party.
For sure.
Ever. And if there was a piñata with drinks in it, I'm definitely not going home at a party.
I just think it's the wrong crowd. I think, though, once there's more hype, I feel like behind me, I feel like I can execute it again, and I think it'll work out.
What was the pinata? What was the shape of the
They're both. They're honestly, it was both stereotypical pinatas. Like
so just like a burro.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I kind of
wanted
wanted
a guitar.
A guitar, maybe.
It's
I know. I originally wanted to do Spider-Man.
Dude, what about that? What about a guitar and you use an old guitar to smash it?
Yeah, that's
or like a Guitar Hero, an old PlayStation Guitar Hero.
Yeah, that actually sounds fire. That's a
there
fire
we go.
video idea too.
Because then that's what you do. You make it relevant.
Yeah.
You put it in your next video with you doing it. Now it becomes relevant when you go to shows because they can do what you do in your video. We'll force them to do it. I don't understand why it didn't work, but we can force them to do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this next show, this next song. I know this one. We did this one on the last of Starlight. Talk to me.
Yeah, Starlight. I know that was definitely a different song compared to all my other stuff.
Facts.
Similar, I guess, all the stuff, all my other music, I was kind of just going through guitar loops, and I don't know, sometimes I just heard that guitar and I felt like sometimes I when I hear loops sometimes I immediately envision how I want to lay it out, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
I hear the melody and I'm like, all right, this is what I want to do. So when I heard the loop for that guitar, the first thing I thought of was that simple pop
Facts.
So I was like, okay, I kind of threw it on and yeah, I know the lyrics, honestly, believe it or not, was definitely kind of more inspired by CeeLo Green, for real.
All right, holler him out. Shout out CeeLo. I love CeeLo.
Shout out CeeLo Green, honestly. I feel like the way he kind of does his voice, I don't really know how to fully explain it, but it was definitely inspired by that. And I don't know, it was just a feel good song, you know what I mean? I feel like the beat's very, very
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's one of those things I just really wanted to make sure I flowed nice on that song to go with the beat, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Introduce the song.
Yeah. This is Rey Angel back at Bfam 109.6. Shout out to my man DC right here. This is Starlight shining bright.
All platforms. Tell everybody where you are again on platforms, please.
On Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, everywhere. Tidal.
Facts. Where can they find you? You somebody.
Instagram.
Did she say she was ready? She was ready. Come on, what's your Instagram?
Mariah.Upton.
There you go. Mariah.Upton on Instagram.
Hey, y'all ain't allowed to follow her though, sorry.
Facts. That's a fact. That's a good way to just say that straight up. He didn't say you couldn't follow her. He said you're not allowed to follow her. Very different. He didn't say you couldn't look at the page. He said you're not allowed to follow her. You got that? That's cool. Sure. That's very, very cool. When you go video-wise, what makes you decide what video goes with what song? Like, you know how in reference to your beat first, then lyrics.
Okay.
When does the video come into your head?
I
mean, video today, if you got a song and it's good, video, it's
honestly,
like not having gold.
It is, but I feel like I don't know. It's kind of weird because I feel like honestly, if I wanted to, I would have a music video for like all my songs.
Everyone.
Like, I would have like I have an envisionment of how I would do like everyone, but I feel like it's kind of just all about like I know for example I have a song called Wrath, and it's definitely more of like it's like a rage like scream out type song. I know for the music video for that, I think it'd be cool to just make it like me performing and everyone just moshing. You know what I mean? Because it's like a mosh song. You know what I mean? But I feel like I need to get people to mosh to me first in order to do that. You know what I mean? So. I know, like, for the home video specifically, I knew I kind of wanted more of, like, the nature and, like, you know, kind of all that, like, aesthetic around it. Because, you know, I was telling you last time I love, like, just something about those guitars gets me, like, the sunset. I don't know, it just gets me, man. So I feel like I feel like that imagery was just right for that song, you know what I mean?
Right. Your guitar rips your piece. We got that figured out. That's where you make most of your magic at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how people can sit there and make lyrics and then go out and try to find a beat for it.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
I could never do
sitting
that.
there, I've had people come up to me like as a producer and say that, be like, man, I got these lyrics, like I need a beat. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you kind of going for? And I feel like honestly though, sometimes when people do that, like 9 times out of 10, they're not like fully invested in the music like that.
I think the same thing. 100%.
You know what I mean? Because like, you know what I mean? They're kind of just like they're like playing with it a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't hate it. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's something that I picked up on. You know what I mean? Because I feel like
I totally
how do you not know? You know what I mean? It's just like basic song structure. You know what I mean? Like I could have like ideas of like bars and stuff. Like I've definitely had like ideas for bars. Like I know in the 419 song, I have a bar that's like referencing like pop punk, but it's like don't compare me to his lambs, I'm a pop shit. Don't compare me to his lambs, I'm a punk shit. Right. You know what I mean? Like I thought of that line like way long ago, you know what I mean? But I didn't know I was gonna put in that specific song. I just felt like I knew something cool I wanted to say eventually, and it just so happened to fit. You know what I mean? So
do you keep them in here or do you keep a book? Like if you're out and you think of something, you go back home and write it down, save for later?
Honestly, a little bit of both. Okay, honestly, cool. It really kind of depends on like the beat and I guess where I'm at in terms of actually creating the song. Mm-hmm. Because there's plenty of beats where I feel like I would love to make songs to, but I feel like I haven't came to it because when it came to time actually to do it, I wanted to do other beats or just exactly that. I feel like I wanted to do other music. So, yeah.
What about beat robbing? And we all know everybody does it like old songs though, because like you're like when thrash first came out a long time ago, they used to call it acid rock.
Acid rock.
Okay, because you had to be on acid to be listening to it. This is back when they're going to name it what they want because they don't want you to listen to it. Yeah. Rock and rap really took hard hits in the 70s because they were both linked to drugs.
Yeah.
If you listen to acid rock or rap music, you're in drugs. That's it. You just classified yourself. So, but some of those rips from back in the day, like groups like Foghat, that they're all dead. They're dead. They're not performing no more. You ever thought about going out there and redoing some of the old rips?
Actually, yes, I have. I know there's like it's honestly random though, like kind of guitars like I go back to because I feel like I want to make sure I actually do them justice.
Oh, fact.
And I feel like I still want to kind of make sure I do my own thing on it, and that's not super close to the original. Like I know, totally different person, 100%, but she basically got me to make a remix of Adderall Lavigne's "What the Hell," and I found the stems of that.
I gotta hear that.
Super bad. I haven't recorded to it, but I remade the beat. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that though.
And I think that's cool. And I know just the other day, like her car radio is by default on the Cleveland rock station, and it was the "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin.
Okay, I know that very well.
I heard the guitar riff, and the first thing I thought of was throw some drums on there, some rap drums on there. So I think it's just about the guitar that hits me. You know what I mean? I feel like
it is.
You know what I mean? Like how I feel about it.
Back when the guitar first came out, though, you had some greats, like you said, Led Zeppelin was out there. You had Jimi Hendrix. You had guys just out there ripping.
Yeah.
Just ripping them, and they're all gone now. To make a remix with like Zeppelin guitar rips with a beat to it, ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah, ain't no one doing that for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, like, other than Led Zeppelin, who else would you listen to back in those days, guitar-wise? Do you have a favorite guitar player?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite guitar player, but I feel like thinking about it now, it would definitely be more. I like the Ramones and like the Sex Pistols and like stuff like that.
Totally
I like.
see. I didn't think about the Sex Pistols.
I love like fast. Like what makes me like punk, like pop punk, is like how fast and aggressive it can be. Similar to hip hop, you know what I mean? Like it can be very fast, it can be very aggressive. You know what I mean? So I just feel like those riffs that they would do, like just get me going. Get me in the car listening to some Ramones, and I'm bound to speed. No lie.
Facts.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'll be having some.
So that's awesome. I just pictured a couple songs. So Video Killed the Radio Star, right? That's the Ramones? Is that not the Ramones?
I actually don't know if that's Ramones or not.
I'll have to look that one up. I know the Ramones, but I was not a big fan of the Ramones. The other question was, you love guitar rips. Can you play?
Crazy enough, actually, I just got a guitar for my birthday.
Dude.
I literally just got a guitar for my birthday.
I cannot wait. I can't wait. You're young enough where you could start creating stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Shout out to my stepdad, Michael J. Weeziag. Mike J. Weeziag, if you're listening, shout out to you for giving me this guitar for my birthday. But as of right now, I don't know how to play guitar, but that's coming soon, man. It's coming soon.
There's no doubt in my mind with your energy and your creativity. Just think about that. Now you come off stage, you got all that energy, and you had a great show, and you get back there and just jamming. Just jamming a guitar, feeling whatever you feel.
Honestly, and it would even be sick. Like I think about like I don't have any songs that have acoustic yet, but I do have beats with like acoustic. You know what I mean? They're not all straight like punk riffs. You know what I mean? Like, but I have a couple songs that are like based around like acoustic guitars and a little more soft to say. But I think it would be cool to like start them off, on stage and pull out the actual acoustic guitar. Start playing it live, start singing it, and then have the trap drums pop in the background. Like I can already see it. That should be hot.
just like Home.
Literally,
Home would be the perfect one. I mean, not Home. The one before that, just now, Starlight.
How
it starts out all guitars and then it takes off, and then the beat comes in.
Yeah.
If you were on stage just ripping that in the beginning, and then you put your guitar down when the beat started and went to your
that'd be sick.
You being you.
Yeah.
Maybe not with that song when there's dude, you've got too much energy. I haven't heard this song yet, so this is gonna be a first for me. We're gonna take a quick break. Keep on Howard DC, Bfam 109.6, pay some bills. Be right back.
Do you mind if I hit this in here?
Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I think I hit earlier. I hit the wrong side.
No, you do. You'll burn your tongue to the battery. We are again with Rey Angel in the building. A little break right there, brought to you by Tide. Wash your damn clothes, people. Soap ain't that.
Because you stink.
Because you stink.
We be smelling you out here. You don't smell good.
You smell. I have not heard 419 yet, so why lie? I haven't heard it in the station. I heard it at home. What's it about? Talk to me.
Honestly, same approach with every other song, but I think what was different with this one is that I definitely wanted to take more of a hip hop approach to this song. In Ohio, people love Detroit rap. I don't know why. People just all over Ohio, they always be on this Detroit wave, trying to rap Detroit, like Ohio, everyone there just be on that shit, whatever. Right. I wanted to try to implement something like the energy of that, but still make it, the stuff that I'm doing. So I pulled up a loop, and I was actually on the bus when I made this. Because I didn't have a car at the time. So I was on the bus, and I got a guitar loop, and I sped it up. I already had a Detroit drum kit and just threw some Detroit drums on there, and I was like, I want to rap on this bitch.
That's freaking so cool. All right, introduce your song.
Yeah, it's Rey Angel coming in with the 419 Damn, messed up.
Let's try that again one time.
This is Rey Angel coming in on Bfam 109.6. This is 419 to the 216 featuring Runitup Ryan. Shout out to Runitup Ryan at the 216. We rocking shit out there. Let's get it.
Perfect. That rip.
Shout out to Runitup Ryan, Runitup. One of the illest rappers in the 216. He actually got bars and he still be lit, man. He slept on his fuck. Shout out to Runitup Ryan for sure.
Dude, that I mean, I've heard your music. You got 8 tracks spinning on our station already.
Yep.
That's a different lane.
Yes, it is. It is a
And
little
let
different.
me ask you, because you know I don't disrespect. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Mhm.
Do you like that lane better?
Yeah,
I know it's harder. Don't pretend like you're not using more energy. You got to be using more energy.
I'm using a lot more energy, and actually, believe it or not, I feel like the approach to me rapping, I think, is a lot easier and smoother than the approach of me singing.
Do you know what it is? When you sing, you're singing. Okay. Remember I told you about stories? We didn't know if you were a storyteller or not.
Mhm.
When you're rapping, you're storytelling, bro.
Mm.
And you can do it. You can really do it. That's really, really good.
Thank you,
That
my
was
man.
really, really good. And you know how you tell it was good? You had another guy come in that was obviously a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Probably never rapped on anything rock like that.
Yep, definitely hasn't.
And you know what? Y'all sound good together.
Yes, sir.
It didn't not flow.
Yes, and shout out to Runitup Ryan again, because I feel like sometimes because of the sound I have, it's difficult to get a feature.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I feel like, no lie, rappers love to say they can rap on anything until I send them a beat. Promise you, you can't rap on that shit no more.
Exactly, fact.
But Runitup Ryan can, man, and shout out to him, man. Shout out to anyone. I got other features coming up in the future though, so shout out to them. But we ain't gonna talk too much about that.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what that I'd be interested in, and if you're interested, talk to me about Exhibit. Holler at me if you're. You know who it is?
Exhibit,
Look him up.
the rapper Exhibit,
Yeah.
from the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who Exhibit is.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about like his solo thing, but I know like I love the Chronic. I love both of
Okay.
them. And I know he's all over 2000.
I'm on a project. with him right now.
Really?
I could see that your rougher voice with his completely rough voice. Find the beat, and that could happen.
That'd be crazy. A
That
song
could
with
ab-
Exhibit.
That could absolutely happen.
That'd be
He's
wild.
already got features on 2 people on the station already.
Really?
He really likes what we're doing over here. You got to remember, he's at the end of his career, and he likes to give back.
Yeah.
And he's extremely picky.
Hey, that'd be super dope, honestly. Like, I would have to like, I wouldn't give Exhibit anything though. I feel like I would have to pick.
I'm
like,
telling you that if you can figure out what it is, I can put it in front of him. Not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever.
You got
He works with people here at. There's another guy that sings kind of like what you do with the rock and rap together. His name's Chris Clay.
Okay.
Called Smoker Face Chris. You guys are the only 2 on the station.
Okay.
So he did a feature with Exhibit. It's already spinning. So we have a feature on Bfam right now spinning with Exhibit.
With Exhibit on it. That's
with Exhibit
crazy.
on it already. So Exhibit definitely likes what's going on here at Bfam. And obviously, if he likes what Chris is doing, there's only 2 of you. I would
wild.
be honest. Something like that. 3.
Honestly, I think thinking about it now, there is. I think I might know like the song.
Because you know how hard he is. He loves singing about cars, bro.
I think I would know what I would give him now. Think about it for real. Like thinking of the beat, and it would have to be something hard. And
it's got to have Detroit in it because he's that same with the Detroit beat.
Honestly, with the one I'm thinking of, it's like because I love hip hop. I know I was saying this like last time, but I still like despite all of like the punk stuff and all that, I still try to implement that with hip hop.
Facts, you always have.
So I know like with this beat specifically, I'm thinking of is definitely more like. I would say Lil Baby inspired, with still with the guitar riff on there, you know. So you'll know when the time comes. But if you can get it, if you can actually get it like his way, I can send it to you.
I promise you, if you can get me something and you want him for a feature, I guarantee he will listen. Now, what he says after that, I don't know what he charges Chris.
For sure.
I know that he's going to give you a price, and I know Chris does not make a lot of money, so. It had to be a good price, or he got a loan. But I know he got a feature with Exhibit, and it's flying right now. So, yeah. Exhibit has a very big name, and he's letting people ride that name right now before he goes down. And he's getting old, man.
Yeah. Shout out to him for doing that though, because he's showing love to people who's upcoming.
Facts.
And especially because I feel like most people from his era, I feel like kind of like shit on rap music now. So I think it's cool.
Well, they rode. 90s rap wasn't rap. Those are riders. Rap started in the 80s when they were getting beat up for it. You know, 90s came in after all the problems, and they reaped the rewards. Not that there's not good 90s rappers, but they didn't have the battle that they had in the 70s and 80s.
For sure.
Yeah, because you had racism and all kinds of stuff. Now we got to ask those questions like, did your fans want to know? These are not from me, okay?
Okay.
What's your favorite food?
What's my favorite food?
Favorite food, hands down.
Tacos. We just had tacos before we got here. A place called was it On the Border?
On the Border.
Oh, dude, fire! Absolute fire! Absolute fire! On the Border is awesome.
Yeah,
it's a great place to go.
Fire.
I'll tell you one thing we have here. You got these in Ohio? Do the gas stations fill up on the weekends with people with their grills with tacos?
On the weekends,
like you could drive if you go to the main intersections here anywhere in Atlanta, you will see a minivan, truck, something carrying something that serves tacos.
Honestly, unfortunately, Ohio is not cool like that. I do know when we were in Chicago, there was hella taco trucks like all over that. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, we do street tacos here.
Unfortunately, Ohio is not cool like that. Like Ohio's not cool like that.
These people will sit there and pull up and they'll start smoking their chicken brisket, whatever they're going to smoke that day.
That sounds
in the morning in the gas station.
Well, and
then serve tacos at night.
There is what's that one taco truck in Fremont? What is that called?
Oh, what's it actually called? I want to say it's called El Dorado.
El Dorado. It's not in Cleveland, but it's in Fremont, Ohio. Right. It's El Dorado. And I fuck with that joint, honestly. I think it's pretty good.
I got to send you a picture of this thing that I get over there because I don't know what it's called. I just know that the picture on the wall looks like a hot dog, but it's a Mexican hot dog. So what they do is they take the chorizo link and they chop it up. And they put that in there with all the other stuff and they stuff it in there, kind of like a chorizo salad, like an egg salad, except for it's chorizo. I'll send you a picture of it.
Yeah, you'll have to.
It's got a
name. That
does
sound wild.
Dude, it's free. It's like about like this. And the whole inside is meat and Mexican shit. Just piled.
That sounds crazy.
And you eat it and it just goes everywhere. It's absolutely amazing. It's got a name. I won't forget. I'm getting one tonight. So I'll send you a picture of it. You can tell me what it means. But like street tacos here are ridiculous out here. What are people doing in Ohio for like those little side businesses?
For side businesses?
You know, the hustle. What's the hustle on the side business in Ohio?
I know, like, my brother and his girlfriend, they do, like, little stuff based on, like, the holidays. Like, I know for Valentine's Day.
Crafts.
Like they'll sell like crafts and
Yeah.
they'll sell like homemade like they'll make like chocolate and like all the other stuff, and they'll make like the baskets and all that. So I know she'll do stuff like that. I know recently she also bought a bouncy house, and she's renting it off to other people. Hey, shout out to Alexis Lamar real quick, because she is a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole fam real quick. Yeah, shout out to Gennaro. Shout out to Tristan. Shout out to Mila and Gigi. Shout out to all of them. My brother and all of them. They're all like on that hustling mindset. Like I go to my brother's house and like we'll hang out and all that, but we'll definitely like talk like about like life and like business, and like it's nice, you know what I mean? 'Cause I can go there, not only have like a meaningful conversation with it, but I can walk away and actually build off of it.
That's so
You know
cool.
what I mean? So
That's a good Band-Aid to have with family and friends like that. It's funny you said that bouncy house. That was my first business I ever had.
really.
Yeah, I started a business with
Similar
$5,000.
concepts where you bought the bouncy house and
I bought a bouncy house.
We should do that.
I mean, here's the problem. Let me tell you the bad parts. Okay, kids are gonna piss in your stuff and throw up shit.
Kids are gross. So I
yeah,
feel like
so you got to clean it every time. When I say clean it, it's like state clean. You can't just go in there with some.
You can't like power hose it.
No, because I mean,
you gotta like scrub it.
Like if you get caught with any kind of thing in your bouncy house, there's fines galore.
Damn.
Okay.
Because you can't have.
And then there's holes, and then there's people that want to put a deposit down, but they don't want to pay at the end.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, if you start a bouncy house business, who's collecting the bill? You are. So that means, like, if I don't want to pay you and I'm drunk, what are you going to do? You're not going to beat my ass, because if you beat my ass, you just lost your bouncy house business. Okay? So now
what did you do in that situation?
Yeah, I had to leave, and I said, okay, whatever. And I had to call the cops, which costs money. All that costs money going to court.
Damn.
As a business owner. So it was like a hit it quick and get the hell out. Like if I would have bought it, did 5 parties and got out, made my money, I stayed too long.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I
It's
know,
work.
I want to get into like a good side though. Like we do like Uber and like DoorDash and shit like that. Like that's
the fastest
like
money.
it's cool, but I feel like I definitely want to get something that's a little more.
Well, you're
like,
creative. It's going to be boring to you.
I honestly don't mind it personally, because I like driving, you know what I mean, and especially I be sound testing on my music. Like I be Ubering honestly, and I be only listening to my beats and my music. You know what I mean, so I honestly don't hate it, but I just think about like, you know, time is money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like the time I can spend doing DoorDash and, you know, making that money, I can spend time learning something that could be potentially more money. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I mean, me and her talk about all the time. Like I know, like we talk about like vending machines. I know like buying an E.T.M is like one of them too. You know what I mean? But we just haven't found the one that like we really like want to like try yet. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you're right in the right lane. Because if you think about this, if you're DoorDash and listening to your music, what are you doing? You're double dipping.
Mm-hmm. And I put the flyers in the DoorDash bags. So there's hella people in Cleveland that's gotten flyers with their food.
I'm saying.
Even DoorDash and leave like his.
Yeah, she'll DoorDash and leave flyers for me. Shout out to Murrah.
Yeah. So Murrah, I got another one for you. And I'm asking you because you're the girl, and I don't disrespect. There's this one idea that works really good, but most women don't want their men doing it. You got to go find the most popular stripper at a strip club. All right, hey, just feel me for a second. She has to be a popular one, and this is why, because when she strips to his music, it's viral. You don't got to be there.
That's facts, though.
You don't have to be there. You just have to pay her. And I'm just being honest. We do that here in Atlanta. And strip clubs aren't even as popular in Ohio as they are in Atlanta.
I believe that 100%.
See what I'm saying? So it'd be a lot easier to find the one there. Yeah. And if they're not getting paid yet, they're not going to be on game yet. So you just go up there, hey, if you'll just strip my song, here's $50. I just need to know you're stripping to it, and I'm good.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, they do it a lot here, but then you know what happens is the guy gets caught up. He's got to go see the strip. No, he doesn't. Don't listen to that shit. He doesn't have to go. And I'm not fucking it up for you. No, you know what I'm saying now. Just don't. See, because once you pay a stripper money, you know what she wants. She wants more money. Yeah. Okay, once she makes your song famous, she's done. She's done. Unfortunately, this is a using tactic.
Yeah,
you are using her for her temporary power.
Honestly,
she's not going to be popular all the
don't-
time.
I don't hate it, honestly, especially because my brother has taught me one of the easiest ways to get a guy's attention is via a woman.
Facts.
So, like,
And you know what? People really aren't even listening to the music when she's taking her clothes off. Being honest, you're going to get more vibes from the people that don't find her attractive.
100%.
Yeah. I've watched it work out here in
It's a
Atlanta.
crazy idea for I fuck with it.
I mean, I just don't know how it would work in a smaller town. I bet you it would work actually better. Because
Honestly,
it's saturated here.
yeah, because no one's doing it.
Yeah. If you went up here, like if you went up to the club here, they already know what the price is. Everybody's doing that here. Nobody's doing it there. So they're not on game. You could walk up to one and say, "Hey, here's $20. Would you mind? I'm really trying to get my music out there. I think you dance great, and I think you feel this vibe. Let her listen to it. She vibes to it. Let her dance to it. It's $20 to expose your music to people that are actually paying attention to the stage, no matter what. 100%. Anyways,
and honestly, I would have.
Mur might not like
you
me
can
no
message
more.
like all you can do all of it.
Yeah,
I don't.
she loves you, bro.
I know she does.
Now it's time to say goodbye. We're going to go ahead and do our shout outs. Mur, we'll let you go first because he's got a long list.
You sure do. I'll shout out my mom, my dad, and my brother, and shout out to me and Angel's kitten, Maple.
She wanted to shout out the cat so bad.
I had to. I love her cat.
Tell me the story.
Shout out Maple.
No. There's a story because I heard as soon as he started laughing, there's a story. What did Maple do?
It's not
Something.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she just loves the cat. You know how they get sometimes.
Is this your first pet?
This is our first pet together.
Adult. This is your first
as
adult
an
pet. I know you had
adult,
pets as a kid.
Yeah.
This is the first pet you are completely 100%
Yeah.
responsible for. That's why she loves it.
Yeah.
So,
I had to shout
what
her
kind
out.
of cat is it?
She's like kind of like a strawberry blonde. She's
What?
like a ginger cat, but like.
I said the same thing. I was like, "What the fuck is a strawberry blonde?"
I'm
She's like-
so
Yeah,
lost.
Strawberries are red. Blonde is like yellow.
She's
like
blonde, but so like I don't know. She's like an orange tabby cat, but she's just like a very light orange, like very pale.
she's like a tan cat,
almost.
but she kind of acts like a dog. So it's kind
She
of cool.
barks.
Damn near.
All right. All right. What's the name again?
Maple.
Her name is Maple.
Maple. Why? Maple because it looks kind of like maple syrup. All right, I'm down. What does Maple like to do the most? How long have you had Maple first?
2 months now, maybe.
2
About
months.
2 months. She loves jumping on Angel. It's her favorite thing to do.
I hate it.
And that makes sense why he went. Because you get pounced. It's
Yeah.
not jumping, it's pouncing.
Yeah, I got
All the
pounced
time.
last night, knowing I had to wake up at 2 a.m. to
Yeah.
come here.
Isn't it funny that pouncing never happens on the guy in the same spots it happens on the girl? How do they always hit you in that spot? You know what I'm
Honestly,
talking about.
She gets your feet.
She always she always gets my.
You don't
feet.
like it, right?
I hate it
And
because it's
they
always
know
when I'm
that.
sleeping.
Yeah, and they
So
know
I'm
that.
trying to sleep.
Why don't they mess with the girl like they mess with the guy? I've had cats
That's a
before
great
too.
question, bro. It's probably because she's also a girl.
Yeah, like why doesn't she mess with your feet?
I don't know.
They're like girl power or something like that. I don't know.
Facts. Okay, Angel, do it. Shout them out.
Shout
Producers, everybody.
First and foremost, I definitely want to give a special shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Mariah Christine Upton, for bringing me here in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I would not be here if it weren't for her. Definitely big shout out to you, man, DC, for letting me come on here today, man. This was definitely super dope. You know, I love coming here, man. I'm definitely going to come back with you with that exhibit feature, man. And my Rey
would
Angel
love to
X
see
exhibit and my console, honestly. Definitely shout out again to like my family. Shout out to my brother for helping me, you know, be the man I am today. Shout out to his girlfriend Lex. You know, she's doing her thing going. She's pregnant. My brother just got a kid as well. He's about to have a son. So, man, it's crazy, man. Shout out to both of them. Shout out to Tristan, my nephew, man. He's getting it going. The illest athlete in the 216. Shout out to Mila and Gigi. That's about it for real.
All right, you heard it right there. Rey Angel. Tell me where to find you.
So you can find me everywhere. Instagram, Ray.Angel_. You can find me on TikTok, L Rey Angel official. You can find my music on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Tidal. I got music videos all over YouTube. Watch my shit. It's lit.
And all my people. While Snoop Dogg brings us out, what y'all do is Bfam 109.6 for his birthday over to DC's baseball park. Everybody's in the front.
Yeah.
Y'all shout him out. Take care of my boy over there. Section 152. Watch the match.